Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we are back with the Old and New Money podcast. We took a quick break because why? We were out here competing. Me and my boy were out here competing in mixed martial arts tournaments. And then my other boy, Orlando, is out there lost in Tijuana. You know, we got this immigration stuff going on, and, he had to go. So we kicked him out at this moment right now. I'm just kidding. I just got off the phone with him right now. So he's probably watching me. So if he's watching me, I would give you the middle finger, but we are PG out here. So, just read between the lines. That's to you, Orlando. He will be back later on this month. He's going to be competing out here in some mixed martial arts tournaments along with us, both of us right here. You were supposed to train. You were supposed to compete in a couple of weeks. Or this weekend, right?
Next weekend I was supposed to
Next weekend you're supposed to compete. Yeah. So my boy out here is a martial artist also. What weight class do you compete at?
Flyweight 125.
At 125. What weight class do I compete at?
Ultra heavyweight.
What does that mean?
It means you're the biggest and baddest out here in the Bay Area.
Biggest and baddest in the Bay Area.
The champ.
Right? But it's amazing because mixed martial arts, once a good martial artist fights against another good martial artist, weight class doesn't matter. Because when we and you fight, when we grapple, it's a good fight.
Yeah, I give it my all. Yeah,
it's still a good fight. So tell the people, we're going to talk about this belt later. We are sponsored by the Matshowdown. So for you grapplers that have never won a belt, never won a title, I would say, a lot of us have won gold medals. I'm not going to, brag about all of mine and the ones I've already lost over the years. But for those of you that have never won a belt, hit up my boy Matt. We're going to tag his Instagram right here so you can hit him up. Maybe you can come win one of these belts. So talk about your fight that you're supposed to be having.
The match
next week,
guys,
right?
June 14th. Yeah,
June 14th? Okay, one. June 14th.
Hit up Matt.
Hit up Matt. We'll tag him right here, his Instagram, so you can hit him up and compete.
Yeah.
Maybe you can win one of these manly belts and walk around town.
They're heavy, yeah.
They're heavy, yeah. Walk around like this, bro. Imagine you just walk into like Denny's. Walk into a fancy restaurant like Denny's and boom, what? I got this. My belt. So you're supposed to compete next week, right, bro?
Yeah, man. Well, first of all, thank you for having me on. I really do appreciate it.
For sure. You're the young money, bro. You're the new money. I'm the old money.
Old but experienced.
You're the new money.
Yeah. I'm excited to be here, man. I really appreciate it. I enjoy your show a lot.
Good, man.
So my name is Enrique Eddy, and I was supposed to fight MMA next weekend, but I was sparring with my buddy Andrew, my main training partner, and this game is very unpredictable. I just had a bad injury.
So you had an injury? You broke your vagina again? So he is out because of his fight next Saturday because he broke his vagina. Anyways, keep going. So you broke your vagina, and then what happened?
Oh, manly, bro. I feel good. I mean, look, I got the hair growing out now.
That's right. You were bald for a long time,
I was bald for 4 years, man.
4 years.
But you guys know what? This guy right here, he inspired me. Because I had long hair as a kid before, but I was like, fuck it. I got to grow it properly long. And
you hit puberty. You hit puberty. My man hit puberty and started growing hair.
I just turned 22. I think I may be even growing a little bit taller now.
There you go. So what happened? Why did I inspire you? I don't know the story. I'm just asking you.
Yeah.
So I inspire the world.
Absolutely. You got a very good impact. Even if people might say it's outdated, it's toxic or whatever, the impact that shows like this
I like being toxic.
It's good. Yeah. I mean, the chicks like it too, right? They say they don't, but their actions prove they do.
They love it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, so I remember after my first fight in kickboxing, you hit me up and you're like, "Hey, good fight, man." And I checked his IG and I was like, "Oh shit, Marine, law enforcement, real estate, sheriff's department." I was like, "Fuck, this guy's done a lot of things in life."
I got bitches.
That bitches, yeah, money he does. We're right now in the best neighborhood in San Jose and maybe even in the Bay Area. So it stood out to me. I was like, "Thank you for your service, man. I appreciate it."
Yeah, for sure. I loved it. It was fun.
Yeah, and then
crazy stories.
Yeah.
Throwing grenades at people. What? That's what happens when you throw a grenade at someone? Interesting.
So I checked out the podcast and I saw some with Orlando and stuff, and I really liked them. And I went
What's up, Orlando?
One day, and after training, we did jiu-jitsu, and we had like a 30-minute conversation. And here's the thing, guys. I got my small channel. It's only 300 subscribers. And
we'll tag it so you guys can follow. Give him a little follow. My boy's putting work in.
Thank you. And
even though I'm trying to steal him from his channel, come on with me, but hey. Because we twinning. Look at our shirts, bro. We twinning. Bam.
MMA patriotic.
Gift from
USA, best country in the world.
Exactly.
Man.
He gave me a gift today. So you were saying, you got your channel and we talked. And
yeah, so guys, I thought like if you watch my videos, you'll see I'm somewhat unfiltered. Until I met Abel, I thought I was unfiltered. But man, this guy don't give a fuck. I remember that.
You can't.
You can't. 30-minute conversation, and it was just like mind blown because the reason why ultimately it's not all just because of what you've done that I'm inspired and I respect. But people that think like this and that have actually accomplished all these things, they don't exist pretty much. It's like I've only ever met one person that is like you. So for a young guy to be seeing all these young guys fucking up and not have these people that we can listen to and then to see one that's not only I've actually met in person that I can talk to, and to see what they're doing, it did really inspire me, and I really like what you're doing. It's necessary for the world. For
it is. Well, we also got intimate. We started choking each other like a week after.
yeah. I tried, man.
Because my boy mostly is a striker, right? He's his expertise is striking, right? Can we say expertise at that? Because you've been doing it for how many years?
On and off. I started
all over the
16.
world.
Yeah, I've lived all over the world.
All over. Dude, tell the people how many countries you lived in.
Mexico, India.
You got kicked out of Mexico, got kicked out of China, got kicked out of India,
Canada,
got kicked out of Uruguay, got kicked out of Canada, and now we're stuck with them in USA.
But man, I saw you got a beef with Uruguay. What's the beef, man?
Bro, fuck Uruguay, bro.
All right.
Fuck Uruguay, and fuck Venezuela too.
Oh yeah, no, I do kind of agree with that. I mean,
and Colombia too, but the girls can stay. We can kick them all out. Here's the thing. Here's what I'm thinking, bro. We need to repopulate our country, right? And the best way to do it is kick the dudes out, but let's keep the fat, big booty Latinas. Even though Andrew Tate says whoever likes big booty Latinas, is a loser. But you know what? I think Andrew Tate hasn't had a big booty Latina. He likes those little skinny Russian girls and blah, blah, blah. That's cool. Yeah, whatever. To each their own, right? But all the big booty Latinas can stay in our country. All they do is get the hell out of here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of, I think that's what Trump is doing. I sent him a text message the other day, and he said, that's not a bad idea, Mr. Abel. Yeah, I don't know why he calls me Mr. Abel. He's so respectful, right? But Mr. Donald Trump, Donnie, I call him Donnie. And he calls me Mr. Abel. He goes, that's not a bad idea. Big booty Latinas, he said. I said, yeah, big booty Latina. Let's keep them here. We can, pass them around like friends, Every now and then we get a kid out of them and we just pass them back out to the jungle, keep them for a while, send them back into the jungle, hit them to the streets. The jungle, for those that don't know, is the streets. So let's keep those girls and, the rest of them, kick them out, right?
Yeah.
So when's your next fight, bro? After your vagina heals?
Well, I'm hoping it's not that bad, so I'm hoping in a month.
Do you use the ones that have wings or just no wings?
What do you mean, man? So I'm hoping I get back in like a month to training properly, and I'd like to as soon as August at least. Okay. That's what I'm looking at. If it heals up quickly in a month.
A fight?
Yeah,
in
August.
August?
This is what I'm looking at.
Nice.
I'm gonna train my. And you've met Andrew, my brother. He's helped me so much.
Your sister.
He's helped me so much, man. I'm very grateful.
What's up, Andrew?
And the grappling, jiu-jitsu, MMA, we got it all done. He's my main training partner. Yeah. So, yeah.
I told you I saw him at the 24-hour fitness the other day.
Yeah, the gym.
Yeah, I looked at him. He looked at me. We made eye contact like, oh, bromance. Like, hey, he looked at me. I looked at him. I was like, what? You lift? I was like, he's like, what's up? We went over and talked for a little while.
Yeah.
And then he's funny. Andrew's funny, man. So good job, Andrew, for not only martial arts, but also lifting weights, right? Because I think, here's the thing, what I think about lifting weights. I think some people just lift weights and they look like they can fight, right? Like I look like I can fight, right?
Yeah.
But I can also get down. It's fun. But there's some people in there that all they do is lift weights. But I know that they don't know how to fight. How do I know? Because there's a certain thing, and you can agree with me or disagree with me on this. There's a certain thing that happens when a mixed martial artist, boxer, Muay Thai, kickboxer, MMA, grappler, when we walk, you can tell we're trained. And I say this all the time. And I catch people on the street and I'll be like, hey, bro. They'll be like, what? I was like, what's your martial art? What martial art do you train? And they're like, what? How'd you know? We got that aura about us. We got a different type of walk.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, I'm a big believer. I agree with you 100%. I'm a big believer that a person's face and their eyes in particular, like that's, I'm not a religious guy, but that is something that the Bible says and I agree with. The eyes tell you a lot about a person, for men and women. And for people that know how to fight, it's just like, I know it might sound arrogant to some of you guys, but it's true. The way you will walk once you've trained, once you've fought, once you've been in hard situations, it's just different because it really sets you apart from most people. Most people don't have the balls to do this. That's the reality. So for sure, it stands out. It
was a trip, right? Because and I respect anyone that comes and trains in the dojo. But there was a month that I fought, right? A month that I fought, and I remember that 1 month. We have like, I don't know, what, 200 to 300 people that train in our dojo?
Yeah.
In and out. Like normal dojo, right? People be there for 3 months, 6 months a year. Then, they forget about it, go something else, get a dumb girl pregnant, and then their girlfriend doesn't let them train anymore, right? And so because they want to become simps. So
happy wife, happy life is your motto.
Well, no. Happy king, happy kingdom. Let's get that shit straight real quick. Adapt that. Happy king, happy kingdom. And so... And so, what was I saying? Why was I saying that?
They come and go, right?
They come and go. But so, okay, so I know what I was saying. So there was this, I trained, I fought, and then I think that month out of, say, what do you think, 300?
Yeah.
300 people in our dojo, in and out. There was only 5 people that competed that month. Mm-hmm. Only 5 people, which I say it's cool, right? That everyone comes and trains. But if you really want to test your manhood, go out and try competing. Mm-hmm. It is so much fun. So much fun. Absolutely. And how much do you grow when you're competing in front of people? Like your first fight, your second fight, your third fight, fourth fight, your first fight. Let's talk about your first fight, bro.
Yeah.
How fun was that? How hyped you were? How nervous were you? That you were in front of a crowd and you might maybe get your ass whooped, maybe you get knocked out, maybe get outpointed, maybe you can't walk after that, maybe you're whatever. Yeah. How was that feeling for you?
Everybody's different, but I believe that I trained the best of my abilities for my first one, and I'm quite confident in my skill set. Okay. So I did not feel nervous, but when I got to the actual venue that I was fighting at the gym, I felt the adrenaline. I was like, let's fucking go. That's what I felt. And I was really
Your balls dropped?
Oh, yeah, I got big testosterone. That's when it really came out, man. So I felt
it happens to all of us.
Yeah, I felt the adrenaline. I was like, it's time to go. And it's an honor because these people are paying their money to watch, so it's our duty to entertain them, not just win. That was my message. I have to win, but I have to give the people a good show. Yeah. So I was in my head. I was like, let's fucking go. I was really feeling myself. I got warmed up with Chris Wood. He actually has a fight coming up at our gym, May 29th, I think. He's coming back. Very hardworking dude, man. So he helped me warm up. And I felt ready. I felt sharp.
Shout out to Chris Wood.
Shout out, man.
Whoop some ass, or else don't come back to our gym, bro.
Yeah, man. He just won his debut, his amateur debut.
Nice. Yeah. Congratulations.
One of the hardest workers, man. I've got good rounds with him. So he helped me warm up.
Okay.
And I felt ready. I saw the people. They're like, because it's like they got one fight and then you're the next. So like, you're up.
It's like one after another, right? Yeah.
So I go in there, and I like the people being there. I want the people to see what I have. Yeah. And then the opponent comes. And this opponent,
was a big old Samoan or what?
No, but he was tall. He was a bit taller than me. The first guy,
Who is it?
Fucking no, man. I beat him. So I won. That's what people remember. I won. So the guy comes in, and I'm just staring at him the whole time he comes in. And then
you're all bald too, so you were intimidating too. Yeah. Because I saw that fight, and I was like, this motherfucker's scared of my boy right now. I can already tell by looking in his eyes. He's looking across at you, bald motherfucker. So for some reason, the bald head scares people. You know? Yeah. It's just like a different mentality too. Like I'm here to I don't care how I look like.
Yeah, no, fuck that. I mean, it's only hair, guys. Like I shaved my head every day for 4 years, pretty much. But everyone's inspiring to get my hair, grow the hair long. Cause I mean, at least.
What did I say to you when I told you that?
No, you didn't say it. Yo, you're just like, fuck yeah, man. You gotta change your look. That's what you told me.
Okay, yeah.
But so yeah, I'm looking.
I remember that now. I remember that. Yeah.
And then his coach was actually a UFC fighter. He fought Sean O'Malley. His name is Andre Sukamoth. I think it's.
Oh, so Andre Suka. I remember that guy.
Yeah,
I remember that guy.
He fought him early in his career. Mm-hmm. And I didn't, but I
that was when Sean O'Malley broke his foot.
Around that time, yeah. So I recognized him, but I was looking at him too, and I was like, okay, let's talk.
I would have choked his ass out.
So we get started, and I'm moving around. My style, I've changed it a bit right now, but I was moving around, and I was like circling, changing my stances, and then it's time to go. You hit. I did pretty well, I would say, but I only took maybe 2-3 good shots during the rounds. Okay. So I felt good. And
I would have taken like 12, bro.
As the fight started progressing, I did get a bit tired because it was my first fight. But I felt, especially in the third round, I could start to feel that his spirit was slowly starting. You were
taking his soul, bro.
Slowly, yeah. Because I realized, like, we're in the third round. It's all or nothing. Orlando says, do or die, Abel. I was it's do or die right now. So I tried to press forward more, put more volume in everything I got. And I could just feel his defense was, like, starting to, like, oh, shit.
He was spazzing out on you.
Yeah, but the weird thing is, when I was fighting, I did not think I was doing well. Okay. So if you look in the video, when they're about to announce the winner, I had my hand down. I was like, fuck, I don't know if I won this. And when they lifted my arm up, that's the best feeling I've ever felt in my life. There's nothing like it, because you just went in there 1v1. Even I don't even feel the referees there 1v1, and I beat you 1v1. What kind of excuse you have? I beat you. You understand? So the feeling is and the
man
work,
shit.
Yeah. Know? And the work I put in there, also the camaraderie of the gym. We had the coach there, Coach Patrick, Coach Veronica was there.
Shout out to Coach Pat.
Yeah, and we had all other people fighting as well. The camaraderie, the brotherhood of all of us training under the same roof, and then going out there and fighting. Like you said, few people. We were only like 7 people. Yeah. It felt good. So, it felt best feeling in my life. It's nothing, like Abel says, it's so fun, but it's so challenging as well.
It is. It's mentally challenging.
And it's not just a fight. It's the preparation for the fight. And that also is where you really can toughen up. That's something I've experienced myself. So It's really fun.
And here's the thing, like when you fought, right? You can say you've been training for years, right? You train in all kinds of different countries, but you really got serious maybe about 6 years ago, you know, but you've been doing martial arts for probably longer than that, or training your body for longer than that in other sports or whatever. But once you compete, like how many, like you can say you train, you spar on Fridays. So in our dojo, we spar on Fridays. And then, but once you're in there and you get a fight, how much experience do you think you pick up as far as how much did you advance? 6 months, a year, 2 years after every fight? What do you think about? Because I'll tell you from my personal experience, I know what I advance every time I compete. For you personally, after that first fight, how many more months do you think you mentally grew after that first fight?
After the first one, I felt good. I mean, it feels great to win.
How much do you think you matured in mixed martial arts? Because that was a Muay Thai, right? It was a MMA.
Kickboxing,
It was Muay Thai. Yeah. Okay.
So I mean,
kickboxing or Muay Thai?
Kickboxing.
Okay, kickboxing.
Kickboxing. I mean, it's the first one, right? You got to get the first one in, and I felt good, but now I could also see something on video because I recorded. I was like, I had a buddy actually recording it, and I could look back and see, okay, I made these mistakes. I got to improve. And the main thing is Coach Pat was like, guys, we're one of the best gyms right now in the Bay Area.
True.
Everyone's gunning for you. You gotta train hard. It's only gonna get tougher from now.
Yep.
So yeah, that's
and Pat's right. Coach Pat is right because they're gunning for us, you know. Because Pat has everyone trained good, man. Just like Coach Lucas too.
Oh,
what do you think makes Coach Pat so special? Apart from he's always funny, man. He makes us work and he's funny. He's always talking smack, making me laugh in the middle of the sets. What do you think makes him so special? Because that's like a special coach. I've never seen Coach Pat in a bad mood. You know?
No, neither have I.
So what do you think makes Coach Pat so special as far as we're Fightcraft right here in San Jose?
You know what I think it is, guys? It's that, and this is what really drew me to Fightcraft. The system is the way the striking is very systematic.
Yeah.
And if you attend one of Coach Patrick's classes, you will notice that everything is slowly building up. It's the same with Coach Lucas in Jiu Jitsu.
Yep.
The way he teaches is not just some bullshit, okay, jab, low kick. No, it's something so that you can progress and you can add something else and follow up. And that's why, I mean, I personally think that a lot of fighters from Fightcraft, when they go out there and fight, they have a lot of success because the other gyms are just not doing this. They're adding new things, following up, different combinations.
They're looking for the new thing. What's new? What's hot?
Yeah.
You know?
So I think that's certainly what sets him apart. And I mean, he's very dedicated to the gym. He cornered me for my fights. He corners everybody else. He's there all the time. So he's somebody that really loves it and knows his shit.
Yeah.
I think that's what sets him apart for sure.
That's true.
And he's happy. You can tell he really likes it for sure.
And he's always talking shit too. He's always making jokes and having a good time. So
yeah.
So shout out to Coach Pat, you know. We think you're fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Thank
you for everything.
Two
Coach,
thumbs up, bro. So how long you been training with Fightcraft though?
I've been at Fightcraft for about a year and 2 months.
Year and 2 months? What brought you there? Because you were training at other gyms, experimenting with different ones?
Yeah, I was. I took some time off, but I was at AK for 6 months. I never trained with the fighters. My striking was good enough, but my grappling wasn't, so I had to work on that. But yeah, I mean, it was. I would have
choked out Islam Makhachev. I would have choked him out when he was there. He ran away. I challenged him, and he ran away. But go ahead, keep going.
Yeah, man, it's a shame we're not getting the Topuria fight, man. I really wanted that.
You don't think we're gonna get it?
As a fan, I mean, if he comes down, if he loses, because JDM is a tough fight, I could see it happening, but it's not the same as now.
I say Topuria wins maybe at a lightweight. He wins maybe 6 or 7 fights, clears it out, and chases Islam at 170.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Islam's gonna be around that long. He's already talking shit. He's already got a different look in his eye.
Yeah.
He's already like, I just want to get my second belt and I'm gone.
Yeah.
You know, I see it. You know, but I could be seeing something wrong about Islam. But I think Islam's still got 3 to maybe 5 fights in him.
Oh, he's an excellent fighter. I saw him one day at the gym when I was at AK. My buddy I took a picture for my buddy, and those guys they train very hard, no bullshit with them, very dedicated, and yeah, I mean they're men of their word. I remember I was fortunate enough to when I started watching the UFC at UFC 253. Okay, it was Costa versus.
I started watching UFC at UFC 2.
Oh man, yeah.
UFC 2 is when I started watching. Yeah. Started watching UFC 2. Yeah, my dad said, "Hey, you know about this stuff?" And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
And I was like, all the different martial arts, because I started Kung Fu at age 12, I think, 11 or 12, something like that. And so, yeah, I saw UFC 2 is when I started watching.
Yeah,
bro. So I've been watching.
That's sick. You've seen all the evolution. I mean, back then it wasn't even.
That's how old I am.
It'll still fuck you up, guys.
Maybe.
Yeah. But it was even back then. It was like no holds barred because the rules were even different. So you've seen the whole evolution. It's been sick.
It was awesome.
But yeah, I started watching it much later, and I watched when Khabib retired because that was UFC 254, the next pay per view, and yeah, I mean he never came back. So yeah, those guys are when they're done, they're done, and I think Islam might be reaching that time. So
yeah, I see, look in his eyes. He's got a few more fights, but he just wants that now that his boy, what's his name? The boring guy, Bilal. Yeah. They just call him Boring. Boring. Remember the name Boring. That's your name, Bilal. Boring. Remember the name Boring. But as soon as he lost, because he was hoping that he would lose. He was hoping that his friend would lose because he wanted to go up to 170. He was done cutting weight, you know. But yeah, we might not get to Taporia. Is that his name? Taporia?
Yeah, Ilya, yeah.
Ilya?
But he'll still rule the lightweight division. I think he's an excellent fighter. Very complete.
Yeah. I don't know if he'll rule it, but he's going to have a good time in there.
Yeah.
We're going to get some good fights.
For sure.
For sure. So I like that. So how much longer do you think you're going to be training here at in California? What's your game plan? How many fights are you going to throw up this year?
Yeah, man, well, I'm hoping the injury is not that serious, but it's serious enough to the point where if I'm training, it will be stupid because it's only going to deter it even more.
I thought you only get the injury like once a month.
No, I'm hoping it's 1 month that I can be back at the gym fully. And I'm looking to if I'm good with that, I'm looking to fight August. Man, I'd like to get 2 MMA fights in this year at least is what I'm looking at.
Are you going to do any grappling tournaments?
Oh, yeah, jiu-jitsu? For sure. Yeah, I mean, fuck, even there's one in June 28th coming up here in San Jose, and it's really calling me. I'm like, I really want to do it.
There's one on May 31st in San Francisco.
Yeah, you're doing that one, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yeah.
I got I don't want to tell my opponents I got an injury, what I injured, but I got 2 injuries, but they should heal up. I'm still training, but I'm not going like hardcore. But who cares? We all fight injured.
Yeah, you know? Absolutely. Yeah,
so it's okay.
That's the way this is.
So I'll probably do that one in May 31st, and I'll probably do that one with you too. That one is in San Jose, right?
June 28th, yes.
It's in San Jose, so I got to defend my state title again. So
yeah, I think that's in. I might be wrong, excuse me, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it's in San Jose.
Something like that. I think it's mid-June or late June, something like that. Either way, I think I'm going to go to that one too. So it'll be fun.
For sure, yeah.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Just let me tell you guys a quick story, right?
All right.
Because I was at Abel's tournament in January.
Okay.
And that was in Ohlone College.
Ohlone.
Yeah, Ohlone College. Yeah. And when I got there, I thought Abel was either done, and I saw he went for no gi. You'd already won the medals in the gi. But guys, when I missed the whole big stuff because there was a big drama that went down with the chick.
Was it?
Okay, well, who knows? But
okay, tell a story.
Well, because I remember he's got a buddy Orlando. Shout out to you, man. And when I saw him, he looked like alert. Se veía alerta el güey. And then when I hear the story, because I watched the podcast after, I was like, fuck, there was this chick that was like, move, can you move? And, you know, I believe
her name was Karen.
Yeah, they definitely matched the description for sure.
Her last name was Big Karen. Karen, last name Big Karen.
Yeah. So, like, I think even if we're men that enjoy this, not actually learning, like you said, because it's one thing to learn, it's another thing to go out there and compete. It's like 2 different categories. Even then, you should still be you should avoid problems because they're not ideal. But that's exactly what he was doing. But this chick, like, she just wanted to keep talking. I mean, as they say, right? The chicks talk because they ain't got no hands.
She was talking from the stands, from behind the rail, right?
Yeah. She was talking. And,
dumbass girl.
Yeah, all the security. Eventually, they looked like they were gonna step in there. So I missed the whole thing. But I watched him compete, and yeah, he won again.
So the lady was yelling at me, and I was like, "Who's this lady?" Plus, she's ugly, so she shouldn't even be talking. She shouldn't be out in public. If you're ugly, I'm going to send this clip to her if I find her. You shouldn't even be out in public. Just put your bag over your head and just stay your ass at home. So you don't even have to look at yourself, Karen. And so what happened was she was getting into it with me, and I was like, get the fuck out of here, you know? Blah, 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 blah. And then the dude who I fought next was, guess who? The husband. So that's what made that fight so delicious.
Sweet victory.
It was beautiful. Yeah, I smashed him. When you talk about smashing someone, smashed them. I threw him. In other words, I embarrassed him, standing up, and then I broke him down on the ground, like nasty wise.
Yeah.
I broke this fool right in front of his wife. So that guy's never, ever get no more punani. Then again, who wanted that girl's punani? It was like, ugh, you know? So that dude's going to eat like macaroni and cheese or mashed potatoes out of a box for life after I destroyed him. Poor guy. I hate doing it to him, but you know what? Maybe next time, keep your check and make her shut the fuck up. Because women should not be talking to other men, especially at a fighting competition. Because we're already amped. Yeah. We're already amped and ready to go. And so that guy got, he had to pay for his wife. So he got smashed. So too bad for that guy. Hopefully I'll see him again in another tournament. And this time when I fight him, I'm going to be looking at his wife, winking at her, and smashing him at the same time.
2-0 against him.
That's what I'm going to do. Yeah.
That's something that I really liked about this podcast as well, guys, is that it's very well-rounded. And here's the thing. These messages might be seen as outdated, as toxic or whatever, but they are necessary in society. And for a young guy like me, we got nobody around us telling us this shit. And you might be looking at your friends. A lot of people, they just aren't based. They don't have these beliefs.
They don't have morals.
Exactly.
No, what I talk is moral stuff. It's really what I talk about. It's morals.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
You know, so a lot of people don't have morals, and that's what makes them. Oh, you're based. No, I got morals.
Yeah.
I speak how the world's supposed to be. You want order in your life. You need order in your life. We all need it. Absolutely. And so I think when people say base, I just think morals.
Okay.
That's really what I think about morals and doing the right thing all the time. Because I don't do no one dirty, but don't get in my. Don't get out of line with me either, because I'm embarrass you. Yeah. Because I talk a lot of shit, and I can back it up.
He backs it up, yeah,
and I can back it up. Yeah. So that's the thing. You know what I think when you said something about the having an example. You know what I think? I came to the conclusion. All these people that are and we're not political, because I make fun of everyone: the right, the left, the center, men and women. Simps and non-simps. But I think the people that are against. Like the message that I say are just immoral people, just bad, evil.
For sure, yeah.
They're just twisted. They're just not moral people.
Yeah.
Really, that's what it comes down to. Because people say, oh, the left, oh, the Democrats, oh, the far left extremists, oh, the whatever. You don't support the tranny. You know what? Do whatever you want to do, but I'm going to make fun of you. But because I make fun of everyone. I make fun of the right and the left and all the weirdos. So to me, I just want to have a good time. And for everyone who's listening, I want you to do the best in life. And if I can give you a little bit of advice or a lot of advice, bro, just do what's right all the time. Just be moral. I think that's my message, is moral. Have a good time. Bang a lot of chicks, because you know what? That's what they're looking for. Okay? So you have a good time, make a lot of money, build your body, be an athlete, and just have a good time in life. But for sure, build yourself first, make a lot of money, read. I got a library here. I literally read these books. They're not just show. I'm an athletic nerd. That's what I always thought I was.
Yeah.
In high school, I was like, I'm an athletic nerd. I like sports, but I like nerdy stuff also. So for all you athletic nerds, this podcast for you. Old and New Money, we out.
Thank you, guys.